Hey, good people. I was just wondering, can you believe this? You know, we've heard about price inflation. Depending on your zip code, you'll pay a different insurance premium. We've heard that grocery stores in certain areas are better than those in some. But this right here, I'm like, can you believe this? Y'all, Harvard and other top universities colluded to inflate tuition for students of divorced parents. And there's been a lawsuit filed. Now, of course, this is all allegation because no lawsuit has been won, but I just thought people needed to know this so that we will be mindful if we have students that are getting ready to go to colleges and universities. There's some hocus pocus going on out there. The lawsuit accuses 40 top colleges for inflating prices for students who are from divorced parents. This new litigation comes after another high profile antitrust lawsuit yielded hundreds of millions of dollars in potential damages to some students for about 1,000 of them, and these were former students. But we're finding that it's happening even still today for those who are entering as late as this fall. The antitrust lawsuit filed this week accuses some of America's wealthiest colleges and universities of overcharging students with divorced parents. Dozens, did you hear me right? Dozens of elite universities have worked together, colluded together, and the lawsuit filed by a Boston University student and another one from Cornell University targets the College Board, which is a nonprofit that was developed for financial aid and to establish a methodology that different schools could use to determine financial aid. The lawsuit claims that the 40 major schools, also named in the complaint, would take into account the fact that the parents were divorced, and they would look at the account of the financials and assets of the non-custodial parents as justification to deny students scholarships. Having both parents fill out the CSS, the profile allowed the schools to artificially inflate the sum that the family could afford to pay, even if the family has just one breadwinner, it was alleged. The CSS profile, which has become the go-to for wealthy private colleges when students apply, what it does is it's considered more comprehensive than the free application for federal student aid, which we know as the FAFSA. It only considers the assets of the custodial parent when calculating financial aid, but the CSS considers the finance of the custodial parent and the other parent. Now, those affected, mostly college applicants from divorced homes, could never have foreseen that this alleged scheme was taking place, but more than $5 million in monetary damages is what is being sued for. One of the plaintiffs, a Maxwell Hanson, said that two schools he attended, BU and American University, would have offered him more financial aid if both schools did not require his father to fill out the CSS profile, despite being informed that his dad would not be contributing any money to his education and wasn't responsible to do so. Now, another plaintiff, Ellen Chang, alleged that Cornell refused her request not to consider the assets of her non-custodial parent, which was one that was on disability income and couldn't contribute to her education anyway. Chang claimed that Cornell's review resulted in an onerous financial burden that required her custodial parent to take out, plus federal loans and other loans to cover the rest of her tuition. Cornell, BU, Northwestern, Harvard, Yale, Dartmouth, Georgetown all declined comment when they were approached by the media. Other defendants included a California Institute of Technology, Columbia, NYU, Stanford, and Duke. They all declined comment when they were approached. You know, earlier this year, Dartmouth and 16 other universities settled a class action lawsuit accusing them of violating some antitrust laws and conspiring to minimize the financial aid for middle-class families. Who needs it most? The middle-class families. Because those that are in the lower-class families are going to automatically qualify. It's the ones that are in the middle that are typically caught and have the most difficult time getting monies for school. You make a little money, we can't help you. But if you got nothing, we're more likely to. Either way, this practice is some kind of terrible. Can you believe that? That in this day and age, we have colleges and universities who are colluding to keep middle-class families and students of divorced parents really out of their universities. They're already highly priced, allegedly, and now we have situations where they are working together to block students who need the assistance most. This is some kind of terrible. I cannot believe it. Can you believe this?